It seems like most movies these days are shot in 3D. And thanks to technology developed by BYU computer scientists, pretty soon we'll all be using 3D cameras. Reporter Kathleen Keller shows us how this new technology might change your camera settings.
We've all taken pictures and edited them on the computer, but Professor Brian Morse and his team of computer scientists from BYU and Adobe decided to take photo editing to the next level, editing 3D photos. This technology would allow people to edit a 3D photo by removing part of a photograph and filling in the background. Eventually, photographers can use this software to edit out blemishes and other imperfections from photos.
With our tool, the user can select an object that they want to remove, say in this case the pink teddy bear. And if we're doing this with one image, we would just simply take information from around the whole and just copy it in to fill in that detail. And that's what Photoshop already does. But when you have two images, it's really important to make sure that you fill in the left side the same way you're filling in the right side, or as Joel said, your brain gets all mixed up when it sees it. This is what we can produce with our tool. So you notice it's filled in the left and the right the same, but just slightly offset the same way that the rest of this board that's back here, this chart.
Taking a 3D image requires a stereo camera with two lenses.
Anyone can actually go out and buy a stereo camera these days. This is one that you can get from Amazon for just a couple of $100s. It's just like a regular digital camera, but you'll notice it actually has two cameras, so it'll take two pictures at the same time. And then it has a display on the back that will actually show it to you in 3D.
A 3D image is basically combining two images into one. Each eye sees a separate picture and they combine together when you put on 3D glasses.
Creating a 3D picture sounds like it would be easy, but editing a 3D photo isn't the same as taking out red eye. It involves math and good eyesight.
We have what's called an iterative process. It goes back and forth between blending in material and choosing material. That process can be long depending on how big of an object you're removing or how big of an image you have. And so the bigger the image, the bigger the object you're removing, the longer it takes to go through the entire algorithm.
Professor Morse says this is only the beginning of more research and possibly new technology to come.
Right now it's largely a novelty kind of thing. I want to be able to shoot them in 3D, and I can show them in 3D. I think as 3D displays become more common, it's going to be less of a novelty and more of a normal way of looking at things.
Kathleen Keller, BYU Weekly.